Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me here today for another Pick a Card video. For those of you guys who are new to the channel, welcome in. My name is Melissa and today we're doing a love reading, but I really felt inspired to do a reading that was more focused on you guys, my viewer. I know on this channel we do a lot of love pick a card videos all about like your person and how they're thinking and feeling, but I think especially if you're somebody who is drawn to watching those videos and always kind of like wondering about another person, a lot of times it's good to do a little check-in with yourself as well to kind of figure out what it is that you can be doing differently to attract in a partner that you really deserve and desire. So that's exactly what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be answering the question, what's blocking you from finding the partner that you deserve? What's blocking you from finding the type of romantic partner that you desire? That's really the best fit for you. And so today I'm going to find a little bit of information on what's blocking you and also provide you guys with a little bit of insight and advice on maybe some actions you can take, some energies you can embody to kind of take more control over your love life and be able to manifest and create better and different results for yourselves. Okay? Please keep in mind, you guys, these readings are general in nature, so there may be some messages here that resonate with you, like you booked a personal reading, but there may also be messages here that don't resonate with you specifically, and that's totally fine. Keep in mind, you can always book a personal reading. All of the details on how you can do that are linked in the description box down below, and the personal will give you a little bit more of, actually a lot more of a specific snapshot of your specific energy. It's more tailored to you, right? I also say, like, as a disclaimer, you guys, like, as a reader, I'm very honest. A lot of you guys know this. I've been seeing your comments down below in the description box. So, just keep in mind that I'm here to share with you the honest truth of what I see. And so I would just be open-minded going into this reading that there could be some messages that you're going to find to be positive and you're going to resonate with. And there may also be some messages that feel, triggering to you or that you feel resistant to receiving because they may not illuminate 100% positivity and rainbows and sunshine, okay? So just keep that in mind. If you guys are not feeling open and receptive to like the truth, positive or negative, I would just click off the video because I certainly would not want to upset anyone, okay? So anyway, now that that's out of the way, let's go ahead and get into our card selections. And I'm really super genuinely excited to do this reading for you guys. So I hope that you'll enjoy it. Before we get into card selection though, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Any and all support that you guys can give to the channel, I greatly appreciate. And I just want to say a quick thank you to all of my new subscribers. My channel has been like steadily growing over the past few months. So I just really want to welcome all of you in and thank you so much for your time in viewing my videos. Okay, so 4 piles today, per usual. Starting here at the left, we've got pile 1, which is this is a sodalite, if you were curious. Pile 2, we have amethyst. Pile 3, aqua obsidian. And then pile 4, we have this moss agate. So I want you guys to take a deep breath, kind of quiet your mind, quiet your energy. I want you to think about your love life and ask, what's blocking you? What's blocking me from attracting in the romantic partner that I truly deserve and desire? And then whenever you all are feeling ready, go ahead and select the card or crystal you're feeling the most intuitively guided to. Try to pick with your intuition versus your eyes. And I will have the timestamps linked below so that you can fast forward to your reading. Hey there, pile 1. So if you guys chose this beautiful little chunk of sodalite, let's get some insight for you on what could be blocking you from attracting in romantic love into your life. We're going to start with your messages from the tarot. So let's see what comes through for you. Okay, so we have the 7 of Swords. Wow. And then we have the Moon. This is some really intense energy, pile 1. Give me a second here to kind of tap into these cards. All right, pile 1. I hope you listened to my entire intro because, as I said, I'm going to shoot it to you straight. This is what I'm seeing. I feel like with you guys, pile one, with this Seven of Swords energy, I think something that could be blocking you from connecting and finding the right type of romantic partner that you truly deserve is a little bit of a self-sabotaging energy. So when I say self-sabotaging, this Seven of Swords is about behaving in ways that maybe feel like they're protecting us as an individual, but they are not things that are going to, behaviors that are going to welcome in or be approachable to a romantic love interest, right? So let me give you a couple of examples of what this card can look like in terms of love. So some of you guys may struggle with just being open and honest in communication about how you think and how you're feeling with your partners, right? So you have maybe this tendency to hide or be a little bit deceptive with your thoughts. For others of you, this Seven of Swords energy can be around just being more self-serving, like making moves that are more based off of what's right for you and not really being open and honest with your partner about like, you know, why you're doing it or that you're doing it at all, period, right? You're just kind of making your moves in silence and not being open with your partner about that, or partners in general. This also, you guys, just being totally candid, this is also a card that can signify infidelity in relationships as well. So that would be another example of a self-sabotaging behavior. So if you've been prone to temptation in the past in your connections, I think that this Seven of Swords is indicating that as well. This can maybe not even necessitate full-blown cheating, even though it can, but this could even just be like doing little, what I call micro cheating, which would be a self-sabotaging behavior. Because it's like, when I say micro cheating, this could be like, you know, liking other girls or guys' pictures on social media, or leaving like, you know, lustful comments on somebody's social media that's not your partner, and then your partner sees it, right? So it ends up putting this distance between the two of you when really you guys should be, you know, of course, being closer together, right? So there's a lot of different messages, but the Seven of Swords, it's very self-sabotaging type of behavior. So I would take whatever message resonated the most with you and maybe ask yourselves, what is the self-sabotaging behavior that you feel like you do, right? Because only you guys will know the truth for your specific situation. Now, with this energy of the moon, I feel like the reason why you guys might do this with the Seven of Swords, I think this has to do with fear in relationships, because the moon has to do with being afraid. It's like not really knowing or understanding or having clarity on what it is that we want or what it is that we're feeling, maybe the path ahead or the path that we are on with a romantic partner feels unclear. Maybe we're not sure about somebody that we're connecting with. And so we kind of escape into these like self-sabotaging behaviors as a way to soothe those fears and anxieties that we're having about the future, okay? I also think too with this moon energy, this is also a message around escapism. You know, like when I'm looking at this woman floating in the water here, it's like she's just like very fluid. You know what I mean? There's not a lot of taking action here. She's just kind of allowing herself to sink into the water versus saying, okay, I can swim out of this. You know what I mean? So I think that maybe you guys may also tend to partake in, you know, relationships where maybe there's a lack of boundaries, or you personally find other ways to literally escape the situation because you're feeling fearful about where it's going, okay? Fears and anxieties are big with the moon, but I want to say the positive thing, pile one, that I see here as like a commonality between both of these is we have two moons, two full moons here. So full moons really represent something coming to a conclusion or coming to a head or a peak point in your life. So I feel like as you're watching this video, these are maybe some behaviors that you're recently going through, experiencing, or that you're realizing are an area that needs to be improved in your love life, okay? Let's get a little bit more information. So I've got a couple more cards that are going to kind of better illuminate what's blocking you. So clarifying the Seven of Swords, we have me and my ego. Clarifying the moon, we have cool with whatever. Okay, yeah. So this is just really clearly clarifying the messages that I was sharing with you on your tarot cards, pile one. So we have me and my ego. This is all about being all up in your head about things, which is like that Seven of Swords energy. You can see here the little thought bubbles in his mind, or the person's mind here, that he's not necessarily vocalizing. And that's kind of what it's saying here in the messages written on the card. Pride or fear in the way. We talked about fears with that moon. Not contacting somebody, but thinking of them often. So I feel like you guys probably are always thinking about your person that you're with or someone you're interested in, but you don't actually act on it. You allow the thoughts to kind of ruminate in your head, and it's like a self-sabotaging, overanalyzing type of behavior that you're doing, replaying over in your mind, right? So this is about like, just like what we said with that Seven of Swords, fears kind of driving this self-sabotaging behavior that's putting distance between you and your partners, okay? We have cool with whatever. So I think, again, with the moon, we were talking about how like this was a very fluid type of energy here. And this cool with whatever is about you guys really projecting out this energy of like not really giving a crap. This says here, casual or no commitment, being chill. Okay, there's also a message here about trusting the process, which does align with the message of the moon card and intuition. So maybe you guys are very intuitive and you're getting into connections where you may know that something doesn't necessarily feel totally right, but you're like, whatever, happens, happens. I'm just going to trust in the process. But really, overwhelmingly, I'm getting this as more of an energy of you guys, you know, not really feeling confident in committing to people. So we keep these very kind of like loose boundaries in these connections, and we don't necessarily connect with them on a deeper level because our fears are getting in the way of us being able to do that. Okay, let's see what your advice is, pile one. This reading is going really long, so hopefully this is being helpful. All right, so we have the message of do something for someone, give your attention to another. So kind of breaking out of some of these more self-centered energies that you guys are kind of escaping into is something that you guys are really being guided to do in order to break out of these cycles and be able to attract in the type of partner that you really deserve, okay? You've got to be able to meet your partners halfway and be able to show them through action and through undivided attention that you care and you want to nurture. If you guys are putting out this type of energy, you're going to attract in something reciprocating that. Do you get what I'm saying? But if you are constantly putting out this sneaky type of energy and you're not really being honest with people, those are the type of partners you're going to attract in. Like point blank period. That's just how it is. So then we have relationship patterns. It takes strength to recognize the need for change. I feel like a lot of you guys, if you're watching this video, you probably are already aware of these things, like I was saying with those full moons. So this feels like something that is a pattern for you guys. And you're really being guided to acknowledge and recognize this pattern. And you would probably be, you're probably guided to go ahead and find some way to sort of like work through this energy, whether that's like seeking, an advisor of some sort, a therapist even can be really helpful when it comes to relationship things. I know that's something that I've personally done in the past. But I think the first step for you guys is recognizing that there is a pattern here that you are emanating or recreating or cycling through with people when you're dating. And once you're able to accept that, like, okay, your actions are part of what's blocking you, then that's the first step to being able to attract and draw in something that you're that's better for you, that you really deserve, and something that's really going to bring you that sense of fulfillment. So recognize the patterns and be willing to take the steps to fix them, okay? Last message for you, pile one, we have the plum, overcome your challenges. So yeah, like you guys, I think are going to need to move through some shadow work here. When I say shadow work, if you're not familiar with that, this is really just about digging deep and trying to like understand where some of these behaviors stem from. What is it that's causing you to behave in relationships in this particular way? I really think, I don't want to like give you guys medical advice at all, but I can just share from experience something that's really worked for me when it comes to doing shadow work around relationships was seeing a professional, somebody that was able to like help me uncover my patterns that I was falling into, and then actually give me the tools that I needed to make the changes that were best for me. Okay. So I'm not saying you guys have to do that, but I'm just speaking from my personal experience that was something that really helped me out a lot. Okay. So you guys are really being guided to work through this. You're being really guided to work through this in whatever way you feel resonates with you. Okay. So pile 1. This was really intense, but I actually really enjoyed delivering this message to you. I really enjoyed this reading. I hope that it was able to bring you some clarity and shed some light onto some things that maybe you needed when it comes to your love life. I would really love to hear your feedback, so please drop me a comment down below in the description box and let me know how this message resonated with you. And I want to thank you guys for taking the time to view this video, and I will see you in the next reading. Bye! Hi there, pile 2. So if you guys chose my little amethyst cluster, let's tap in and see what could potentially be blocking you guys from attracting in the type of romantic partner you truly deserve, okay? All right, so the first message we have is the message of the Ace of Wands. Very nice. Ooh, okay, and then we have the message of the Page of Swords. Very cool. All right. So pile 2, let me take a second here to kind of tune in to these cards. I feel like for you guys, pile 2, something that can be blocking you when it comes to drawing in and attracting in the right type of partner is, I think you guys may be a little bit like all in your head in some way about things, because the Page of Swords is kind of like the detective. This is the person that is kind of snooping on social media. They're not like super trusting of their partners. They're very much about like getting to the bottom of things. You can see in this Page of Swords how she's like studying in her little book. And then with the Ace of Wands, I'm really being drawn to this flame that's right here in the center of this person's head, right? I think that you guys are probably very easily ignited when it comes to connections with that Ace of Wands energy. Like, it's not hard for you to maybe feel a spark with someone, but then it almost feels like once you guys feel that spark, or that you're feeling that ignited energy, that you're like, wait a second, this isn't right. I need to figure out everything about this person. I need to know like their whole life history before I can really decide if this is the right person for me. Like, this is an energy of like vetting and being very skeptical of people, not necessarily taking what they say at face value, because you really want to like dig deeper and find a deeper meaning in everything. And that's not always like the case. You know what I mean? I also think for some of you guys too, with this Page of Swords, this is definitely an energy of kind of like spying on people on social media, maybe like poking and prodding, asking little questions here and there, but not always putting in a great amount of effort to have like deep, meaningful conversations. You know, this is like when we're just starting to try to talk to somebody kind of energy. And that could be something that's blocking you guys as well. I also think for a few of you guys, a message that's coming through here with this Ace of Wands, there could be something here around intimacy as well, passion, sexual energy, things like that. Maybe a lot of you guys have a tendency to kind of approach relationships from that perspective, from a more passionate perspective. Like, a spark is needed for you to feel like somebody is worth your time, which makes sense in some aspects. But let's see what else comes through. Let's get our clarifiers here for you, pile 2. Okay, so we have it's a plan. And on guard. That is so funny. Okay. I have a feeling too, you guys, something else that's coming through with these cards. The Page of Swords, this is a very beginner type of energy when it comes to love. I'm not saying you guys are inexperienced or beginners. Maybe some of you are in relationships, but it's definitely a very youthful energy. And the Ace of Wands can be like quick to burn out. You know what I mean? Like, it can be kind of a, what's the word I'm looking for? Impulsive energy. And so I feel like with this, it's a plan. It's like maybe you guys are a little bit impulsive when it comes to making plans with people. maybe you guys have a hard time sticking or solidifying to a plan because we have the message of tentative plans here. But it does feel like you guys, it doesn't feel like you guys have a problem with like either asking someone out or being asked out. I feel like the issue with you guys here is more around like this guarded, protect yourself type of energy. With the on guard here, this has a few messages here about competition, competing for someone, being at an impasse, being guarded, which is very much that energy of the Page of Swords, needing space, taking your time, and skilled interaction. So you guys may not realize it, but I think there's a little bit of like a guard or a wall that you may be putting up. And if you're going on dates and connecting with people and you're asking a lot of questions, almost like you're an undercover detective, that could be putting some of your partners off, okay? Yeah. But I definitely think you guys like to take your time. You know what I mean? You don't want to move or rush into things really fast. I think you really want to take your time to vet people and make sure. But I think it's important to note, you guys, that no person is going to ever be like perfect. You know what I mean? And that's hard because I know we all have like our list of what we want. You may have an inspired idea in your head with this Ace of Wands about what type of partner you want, and maybe you have it written down in a journal somewhere. And so when you're going out on your dates, you're asking people questions to make sure that they're in alignment with what's on your paper. But I think it's important to like make sure that you're connecting with people from that more inspired, passionate, ignited, fun kind of level versus putting them on the defense through asking a ton of questions, okay? Let's see what else comes through. So the next couple of cards are going to be your advice, okay? Okay, so we have focus on love. Look for the good in everyone. That makes a lot of sense, you guys, because this Page of Swords sometimes is like they're digging so deep, they're trying to find an issue because they're super skeptical. And I love this card because you can see it says, look for the good in everyone. Like she's sitting here talking with a dragon, which on the outside, a dragon would be something we would be afraid of. It's dangerous. It can burn us in flames, right? There's potential there for this creature to cause a lot of damage and destruction to her, but she's offering it a little, like, I don't know if that's like a chicken nugget or something. I don't know. She's offering the dragon something, and it's more about looking for the good in this dragon versus looking for the bad. So when you guys are dating, maybe flip your mindset a little bit onto what positivity can I look for in this person versus constantly assuming that there's going to be something wrong or that this dragon is going to light me up in flames, right? Let's see what else comes through. So we have demonstrate love. Find out what's important to those you love and act on it. So you guys are being guided to channel your inquisitive skills and your need for information into action. So it's great that you guys like to have conversations or research your partners to find things out about them, but maybe kind of like guiding your questions more onto, like this card says, what's important to them? What are the things they like? What's their love language? You know, what kind of partner do they want to be connecting with? And then whenever you find out what those things are, you can then act on those things. And I think you guys have a lot of potential here to do that with that Ace of Wands. You guys come across as very creative, inspired people. I think you guys probably come up with a lot of fun ideas. There's a lot of fiery energy here, right? So I think you just maybe need to channel this energy into a more loving energy, if that makes sense. So your final message, pile 1 is, or pile 2, calm your mind, body, and soul with the emerald. So that makes a lot of sense. I think especially if you guys resonated with these messages of the Page of Swords, I think this is just telling you guys there's a need to kind of relax when it comes to love and relax when it comes to connecting with people. Don't always assume that every person has an agenda or an ulterior motive, even if they look a certain way on the outside, like a dragon, right? Something that could be dangerous, or like a bad boy, or like a bad girl, whatever the case is. Don't go into situations with that assumption that there's going to be something you need to protect yourself from, because that's only going to like stir up even more, thoughts running through your head, maybe anxiety, things like that. But overall, pile 2, it doesn't really look bad to me. It feels like you guys have a lot of really positive qualities going for you. I think it's just this little tendency you may have to spy or research or assume the worst or come across a certain way like you're an interrogator or something like that. So yeah, hopefully this message was helpful. I think those are all the messages coming through for you, pile 2. So please let me know in the comments below how this message resonated with you. Thank you all so much for watching this video, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye. Hello, pile 3. So if you all chose the little aqua obsidian heart, let's tap in and see what's potentially blocking you guys from finding and attracting in the right person. So we'll start with your messages here from the tarot. Okay, so we start off here with the 6 of Pentacles. If you guys have seen my 6 of Pentacles video, I have a lot to say about this card. Okay, and then we have the Lovers, but it's in the reverse. Interesting, pile 3. Okay, give me a second here. So pile 3, I feel like what is blocking you from love is, I think you guys are attracting in partners or devoting or dedicating effort and energy into partners who maybe don't necessarily reciprocate the same level of effort and energy and attention that you are giving to them, okay? 6 of Pentacles is all about an equal exchange, striving for an equal exchange of give and take, right? What I'm really seeing here in this 6 of Pentacles is we've got one person that's dropping pentacles into the other person's open palm. So it's like someone here, someone in your connections is open to receiving, while the other person is the person that's always giving. And this can come in the form of all the things I said: effort, time, energy, love, affection, whatever exchange currency, quote unquote, you know, resonates with you in your relationships. And I feel like this is like an unrequited love type of situation. It's like either you guys are overly investing into people who are not reciprocating, or it's the other way around, where maybe you guys are the ones that are kind of taking from the person, from your person that's overly giving to you, and you're like the one receiving, where they're the ones that are overly giving. But what's drawing my eye here with this 6 of Pentacles, pile 3, is the number 8 in the background, which is making me feel like this is a karmic pattern or a karmic cycle that you guys are moving through, or some sort of really, it's just a lesson. What that means is that this is just a lesson, a big lesson that you guys are learning in love. We have the Lovers card in reverse here. So this is about like not really being in alignment with your partners, not necessarily feeling that soul connection on a very high vibe, high vibrational level. Lovers reverse is like, you know, sometimes we're attracting in partners that are not faithful to us. They're not loyal to us. Maybe we're attracting in partners that we have more of a physical connection with than we have a, you know, spiritual connection with, or an emotional connection with, right? And so because of that, we have this power dynamic at play that's not necessarily working out for us, okay? So for you guys, pile 3, I don't think it's that you're not attracting partners at all. It's just that the ones that you're attracting are not really truly in alignment with your spirit. They're not truly compatible with you on a deep, meaningful level. But let's see what else comes through. We have a lot of messages here. Okay, so we have the message of gratuity. Yeah, and then we have the message of who's walking who. Oh my goodness. Yes. Okay. We were talking here about power dynamics, and that's exactly what this who's walking who is about. Control and power issues, resistant, unenthusiastic, being led on, getting pulled or overwhelmed. So you guys want to maybe reflect on the power dynamics in relationships that you guys have been in, and really try to uncover like who was really in control there, or was I allowing this person that I was with to have too much power and control over me? Was I being led on? Was I being jerked around? This makes so much sense with this energy of the 6 of Pentacles and the Lovers reversed, you guys, because so many times in the 6 of Pentacles, this is like when a partner is literally breadcrumbing you. You know what I mean? It's like they almost are like positioned in a space of like they have more power over you because maybe like you want them more than they want you, or again, it could be flipped the other way where it's like they want you more than you want them. Maybe you guys are the ones receiving here. We have gratuity as well. So I think you guys have, I don't know, like something is telling me, you guys, that it's not you that's taking advantage of the partner. I think it's the partners taking advantage of you, because the gratuity is making me feel like, my viewers, like you guys have this beautiful, abundant light to you, this high vibrational energy. And I guess like, I feel like I see a lot of myself in your reading pile 3. And I feel like you guys probably, like I said at the beginning, attract a lot of romantic partners because of this beautiful energy that you're exuding all the time. You know, like you guys come across as being very free, very high vibe, high frequency, as the card says, positive, you know, and people are going to be drawn to your light, even the ones that are kind of lower vibe, especially the ones that are lower vibe, because they see you as like medicine or healing, or someone that is going to help them to feel better. So maybe in some of these relationships where there was like an imbalance of power here, or an unrequited love, it's not even the fact that the person wasn't like into you or doing this deceptively, but I think it's just that they feel really good in your presence, and they're just not on the same level as you. I think you guys, yeah, okay, let's just keep going. I feel like I'm rambling. So the next 2 cards here are going to represent your advice, pile 3. So we've kind of uncovered what challenges you're experiencing here, what's blocking you. Now we're going to take a look at what you guys can do to fix this or overcome these. So we have the message of love endures. Love does not give up or lose faith. Love is hopeful and withstands every situation. So I feel like this is about you guys just continuing to keep your vibration high. No matter what, you know, fallout you guys have from these connections, no matter what sort of, you know, maybe sad endings or imbalances you guys experience, this is about you guys just continuing with this gratuitous mindset and really continuing to find the lesson in each connection and level yourselves up for the next one. So don't give up, don't lose faith, just continue to keep the faith that the right person that you want is coming into your life. Okay, so just keep your eye on that prize is what I'm getting with that card. We have love makes the difference. Love helps heal past hurts and provides a sense of security and self-worth. Yeah. I don't think you guys, I don't know, like intuitively I feel like you guys, pile 3, I don't think you're that far off from being able to find somebody or attracting in your person. I think this message here about love makes the difference. This is about you continuing to heal from these situations and loving yourself, putting in the work to make sure that you're continuing to keep your vibration high, working on that self-love. And I think just like taking a look and evaluating, like I said earlier in your reading, pile 3, the connections that you've been in, because we do have a message here on this card around providing a sense of security and self-worth. So maybe you guys were settling for breadcrumbs in the past because you didn't necessarily feel like you were worthy of it. Maybe you guys just love blindly and you see the good in people, which I could see this with your high vibe mindset that you guys have. But I think it's worth just taking a look and seeing if there was anything within you that needs healing in terms of your self-esteem, your self-worth, okay? The final message we have, pile 3, is experience peace and calm. It's so interesting that you guys got the aqua card and you pulled the aqua obsidian stone. So I feel like this is about you guys just taking some time in solitude, maybe even spending time by the water. Fun fact, this crystal is actually formed in lava and water. So water is a big theme for you guys here, pile 3. So maybe spending some time by the water or spending some time in nature, doing things that really bring you a sense of peace and calm so that you can kind of reflect on these situations and try to kind of pinpoint where you can make an improvement for the next one. I also think too, not worrying about when somebody's coming in for you. That's a message coming through. Because I feel like you guys have such a high vibe to you. You have a positive mindset around love, even though you've been through some unrequited situations here. So quiet your mind and kind of just keep the faith that, you know, you're going to get what you deserve. And that's why I started to say earlier that I didn't feel like it was that far off for you guys that you would meet somebody really good. That's just the energy that I'm getting here. I think it's just about learning to forgive and release and just be mindful of the power dynamics here. Because I think, again, like I was saying, because you guys have such a beautiful light about you, you're going to attract a lot of people that are of the dark, we'll say. Just because they're needing healing too and they don't even realize it, okay? Okay, so pile 3, I think those are all the messages that are coming through for you, but I would love to hear your feedback in the comments down below. Please let me know how these messages resonated with you. Thank you all so much for taking the time to view this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hey there, pile 4. So if you guys chose the moss agate point, let's find out what could be potentially blocking you guys from finding love. Or not finding love, but drawing in the right partner, we'll say. All right, so we've got the message of the Emperor reversed. And we have the message of Justice. Very interesting, pile 4. All right, so pile 4, just like I said in my intro, I hope you listened to it. I'm gonna shoot this to you straight and I'm gonna tell you what I see that's blocking you. So Emperor reversed, you guys, this is an energy of being overly controlling in relationships. Or sometimes if it's not overly controlling, it's almost like too all over the place. It can be one extreme or the other, but because we have Justice right next to it, I kind of feel like you guys may approach relationships in like a very, like almost like a more logical strategy type of way. And it's not necessarily coming from a heartfelt space, okay? What I'm really being drawn to here with this message of the Emperor is how he's holding this piece, this chess piece here. It looks like the king, I think. Yeah. So when I think of a game of chess, I think of a strategy, right? And with this Emperor reverse, this is a divine masculine in reverse. So this is about you guys, I think, almost wanting to maintain a sense of control in the connections. And with this Justice card here, Justice is about balance, but it's also about being very neutral. And I think that you guys may be approaching your relationships from a more like, from your head space versus your heart space, like I was saying. I also think too, like with the Justice energy, you guys, this can sometimes be an energy that I've seen in relationships where it's almost like a tit for tat type of vibe. So it's like, you know, maybe you guys are only going to put in as much effort as the person is putting in and vice versa. Like you're almost keeping score in a sense, which would make sense with that strategy with the chess piece there. But it's like both of these cards together are not giving me like very open-hearted, like type of vibes. It's like you guys are trying to sort of manage the situation. And I think that fairness is really important to you guys in relationships too. So fairness of maybe like time spent, energy put in. Maybe you guys are the type of person that likes to make sure that when you go on dates, like maybe you split the cost of the date, or one person plans one date, the next person plans the next. Like I think you guys really want there to be like equality in the relationship. Which is understandable, and everybody has different ideas about what that should look like, right? But this energy to me, just as I'm reading it here, it feels very cold. And I think too, you guys picked a green stone. So this could be an indication that you all may need to work on your heart space a little bit. Your heart chakra could be going through a blockage right now. Let's see what other messages come through though. So we have hello. These cards are so silly, but they're fun. So we have hello. And we have teasing. Okay. Yeah, you guys, like, so with the message of hello, this is about distance, okay? Like distant, distracted, deep in thought, detached, aloof. Like I was saying, you guys, it's this very kind of cold energy that I was picking up on here. So I think you guys, whether you know this or not, you're coming across this way to partners where it's like they're like looking at you and they're wanting to connect. And it's like you're only allowing them to get so close to you. This could be like an avoidant type of energy too, where you guys really like to have your space. And there are some people out there that are like that, who really, you know, like when they get into relationships and they like are getting more intimate with people or committing, like the thought of committing to people is really scary to them because they feel like this is taking away their sense of freedom. Okay. So that could be something that resonates with you guys as well. Or it's like you want to keep people at kind of a healthy distance so that you don't feel like your freedom and your space is being encroached on. Okay. We also have the message of teasing here. So this is a very like flirtatious energy. So this is telling me that you guys really like to kind of keep relationships light. I think, you know, maybe not as committal as maybe your partners would want to be. Maybe you guys don't necessarily want a deeper level of commitment on a deep, like on an intuitive level or on a deeper level. You all may be approaching dating and relationships by saying like, yeah, this is what I want. But deep inside, there's something that's like not in alignment with that thought. Okay. So this is telling me you guys are keeping things very like light and airy. And it's like, maybe you have a good time with people that you date, but it's like, again, you're only allowing them to get so far. Or so close to you. I can recommend a really good book for you guys if that avoidant message resonated with you. It's called Attached, but it's a book that's all about like attachment theory and people and how that manifests in relationships. And it talks about different types of attachment styles, and the avoidant attachment style is one of them. I'm not diagnosing you, I have to say that. But if you resonated with that message, I would definitely check out the book and see if there's more to that story for you. Okay. So let's go ahead and get your advice of what you guys can do to try to overcome this obstacle. So we have spend quality time together, listen and talk to each other. I love this, you guys, because again, this is like you guys are, it's like you're keeping your relationships way too surface level here instead of really trying to connect with somebody from the heart space. There's so much lush green energy here in this card. I really think you guys would be well advised to work on your heart chakra. So look up some heart chakra affirmations, look up a heart chakra meditation or frequency of music that you can listen to before you go to bed at night. There's a lot of exercise and activities you guys can do to heal this. But I think when you're connecting with people that you find interesting, you guys are really being guided to work on that quality time aspect. Like, what are activities and things that you can do with people that you're connecting with that would actually bond you and bring you closer together with them? So like, I would avoid going on dates like going to the movies because like you can't get to know somebody doing that, you know? Does that make sense? Okay, so then we have the message of turn on your heart light. Reflect on a time when you experienced love. I love this, you guys. Lots of messages about your heart space coming through here, pile 4. So I think, you know, there's a coldness here, like I was mentioning at the beginning, and this is really great advice. Reflect on a time when you experienced love. So I think reminiscing, like think about a time that you were in love with somebody, when you really loved someone that you were in a relationship with, or when somebody really loved you, and really reflect on what that felt like so that you can turn your heart light back on again and be able to be more open to connecting with people from a heartfelt level versus being like all up in your head and trying to sort of like manage things and control the situation logically, because love isn't logical, right? Like you have to be willing to put yourself out there, and it's going to be a risk that comes with that it might not work out and you might get hurt. And maybe that's where some of this is coming from for you guys. Justice can also indicate like a karmic lesson or a karmic relationship that we've been in, something that really taught us sometimes a really tough lesson. You know, those types of relationships can be very triggering, where it's like the person just really like leaves us wounded, or there can be a lot of tumultuous energy with those connections, right? So maybe that's what's going on here with you guys as well. For some of you, pile 4, it's like you maybe are just kind of blocked in your heart space because you've been hurt in the past, but you guys are really being guided to reflect on what it felt like when you were in love. Think about what that felt like and feel it, like really feel it in your heart. And I feel like doing that exercise is going to really help you guys to remember what it's like to really connect with someone on a deeper level versus this surface level crap. All right, so then the final message we have, pile 4, is develop mental clarity. This is beautiful. I think it's important for you all to really get clear on what it is that you want in a relationship. Because with this Emperor card reverse, this is the divine masculine energy, but it's blocked, so in the upright, this is definitely a person that's all about like a relationship and looking for their divine counterpart. So this would be somebody that is very clear about what they want. Like they know the type of partner they want, they know the type of relationship that they want, and they're going to nurture and take care of it accordingly. I think there's something to that for you guys here, to get a little bit more clear about what it is that you are looking for in a relationship, so that you can make sure that you're better in alignment with drawing that into your life. If you guys want more casual relationships, like that's totally cool. But if you guys are watching this video about what's blocking you from drawing in like the right type of partner for you, then this is telling me that you guys are probably looking for something more than just these lighthearted connections, okay? So I would do a little bit of inner work on, yourselves. Read that book if it sounded like something that resonates with you and your experience. I think that could be really helpful for you. It definitely helped me. It was something I read. Maybe even connecting with a professional to help you through some of these things if you feel like that's something that would help as well. There's a lot of tools and things out there that you guys can use to help you move through some of these obstacles. But either way, I think it's a good time to start just uncovering what it is that's preventing you from, drawing in your person and getting clear about what you really want and what you deserve, okay? So pile 4, I think those are all the messages that are coming through for you. I really hope this reading helped. Drop me a comment below and let me know. I would love to hear how this message resonated with you. Thank you all so much for taking the time to view this video, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.